Welcome to Data Structure course. Hello students, I am Swapnil Chaudhary. In my previous video, I explained about you what is a data structure, classification of data structure, and basic operations on data structure. In this video, we are going to see the abstract data types. What is a abstract data types and one example of list abstract data types. In my previous video, we learned the definition of data structure. It is a mathematical or logical model of particular organization of data is called data structure. So when we talk about the mathematical or logical model, abstract data types comes in a picture. So abstract data types is a process or data type which is before the implementation phase. In this phase, we are just talking about the basic functionality, rules that data type will going to use to complete or perform operations. So let's see the abstract view from real world. It can be something like mobile phone. Everyone is familiar with a mobile phone. So just check the abstract view of this mobile phone before implementation of mobile phones. So mobile phone is a communication device that can be turned on or off. So this is one function. Okay, it can receive signals for communication. It can take picture from camera. It can play audio or video. So as long as I have device like this, I do not worry how circuit are embedded and how software is designed to create this device. Okay, so this is whatever these functions we have, this is an abstract view of mobile phone. So what is the abstract data types? An abstract data type is defined as a mathematical model of the data object that make up data type as well as function that operates on these objects. An abstract data type is a specification of logical and mathematical properties of data type or structure. Abstract data types act as a useful guideline to implement a data type correctly. The specification of an entity does not imply any implementation. Most important point is what? The specification of an entity does not imply any implementation consideration. The implementation of an entity involves the translation of ADT specification into syntax of particular programming language. The important steps is definition of ADT that involves mainly two parts. Description of the way in which components are related to each other. And second thing, statement of operation that can be performed on that data types. Let's take an example. Let's see example of integer data type which is available in a C programming. Here we are name it as integer ADT. So before going for implementation of integer data type, we just look at abstract view of integer data type. So what is abstract view? Here we are going to design some axioms, some rules, some basic function that we are going to perform on that integer values. Okay, so what kind of input does that integer data type takes? That is from -1 to infinity or 0 to infinity. And what kind of basic operations that integer data type will going to perform, like addition. While performing addition, it will take more than one or two values. Now next operation is like subtraction. Again it is take more than one or two values. Now next operation is like multiplication. It takes more than or two values. So this is what abstract view of integer data type. Then after designing the abstract data type for integer data type, we are going to focus on implementation phase. Are you getting me? Let's see another example like list data type. List is a collection of objects of the same data type. We have list of groceries, list of names, list of words, list of roll numbers. So let us define the list as an abstract data type. When we define abstract data type, we define the data we will store. Basically we define the domain of the data type, and then we define the operation which we are going to perform on that data type. But we do not go into the implementation details. So let's define very basic list. That list I want to store roll numbers of student. It would be the static list, means we know the number of elements before creating a list. We should be able to write and modify an element at any position in the list, and also we should be able to read an element at any position in the list. So most basic function is what? Create a list. Now another function or operation is add an atom at the end of list. Here E represent end of list. Now next function is like add an atom at particular position of the list. It may create error sometime, since if you put a position which is greater than the size of or less than the size of that list, then it will create an error. Now contents means here we basically searching an elements, whether that element is present into that list or not. Next function size, which will return the size of list, means number of elements in that list. Is empty, which will return the boolean value whether list is empty or not. So it will return boolean value like true or false. Next function get element, means we are getting element from particular position. This function may return sometimes error if the whatever element we are asking which is not in a list. And the last operation is like delete. So summary of this session is, in this session we learned what is a abstract data type, then we learned two examples, how to write abstract data type for integer and how to write abstract data type list data type data structure. So thank you very much for watching this video.